Hi, my name is Emily Ferrier, and I am one of the research specialists in the Brown University Library. This video was created to show you how you can transform your research question into searchable components, known as keywords, and how to combine those keywords so databases can understand them and return relevant, targeted results. This method of strategically planning your search may feel strange at first because it's different than how we go about looking for information in our everyday lives. But many databases that you'll use during the scholarly research process require you to structure searches in a different way, and that's what we'll look at now. Here is an example of a social science research question. What mental health resources are available to high school students in Rhode Island, and are certain programs more or less successful in improving mental health outcomes? What are the key components that you see here? Look for nouns and unique descriptors, geographic or demographic distinctions to help narrow in on results that will answer the question. I see phrases like mental health and words like students. This method of breaking down your topic can be used across disciplines. This example happens to be in the social sciences, but this will work for any topic. Now that we've identified the key components in this question, we can bring them together now as keywords in our search. Today we'll bring them together in Google Scholar, a special search engine of scholarly resources from Google. So I know I want to make sure I search for mental health, so I'll type that in. But I also want to look for research on programs in high schools, and since I'm just starting out, I'll keep this broad and only search for these two concepts. Mental health, in quotes to tell the database that this is a phrase, the word "and" in all caps, this is more for me than for Google, and the word school. Scanning the articles here, a few seem to be about mental health services, but most are about the wrong population. I'm seeing words like school-based, which I want, but I'm also seeing words like child and children. I need to add keywords to my search to represent the high school-aged population. Okay, so here's our original research question again. What mental health resources are available to high school students in Rhode Island, and are certain programs more or less successful in improving mental health outcomes? I have this in a Google Doc that I'm calling Search Log. I recommend starting a search log to help document your search strategy. Keeping track of your keywords in this way will make you a better searcher, and it can also be useful to review if you want to meet with a librarian. So let me type out my keywords. We have high school students, mental health outcomes, mental health programs, and Rhode Island. Okay, so some alternative ways to refer to a high school student is youth. Maybe young people, which I'll put quotes around so the database knows it's a phrase again, and the word adolescent. Before we go back to Google, I want to quickly review the ways we can combine keywords so that our search is broadly interpreted by Google Scholar, but precise enough that we get what we're looking for. We can do this with Boolean operators. You saw one in our first search, the word and. And means that all words must be present in the article. Another common operator is the word or. Or means that only one of the terms needs to be there. It's a way to search for an idea that might use different words in different contexts. A Venn diagram is a nice way to visualize how this works. Here we see the highlighted part of the diagram where our original terms overlap. In this diagram, the highlighted area shows the new keywords we've added to represent high school students. Back to Google Scholar, but this time we'll use the advanced search form. One of the goals of this video is to show you how to combine keywords so databases can understand them. Creating a search that uses keywords and Boolean operators is one way to do this. But it's also important to know that each specialized database has its own unique syntax, and Google Scholar can be particularly confusing. So I like to use the advanced search form so I know exactly how Google will translate my search. The advanced search form has fields that correspond to the Boolean operators. In the at least one field, I have all the variations of high school students that we thought of. At least one means or. In the exact field, I have mental health. The exact phrase will have quotations put around it, like I did before. And in the with all words field, I'm going to try a phrase I saw in the original search, school-based. If I had other concepts I wanted to add to my search, I'd put them here. In the search field, you can see that the form translated at least one to ORs. Google Scholar interprets a space as an AND. As I can see in these results, they appear to be more on target. That phrase school-based is really helping. I'm also seeing a mix of terminology for my target age population, so I know my search is working the way I want it to. To continue in this strategic search, I'll review these results and see if I need to add or update my search log to include or exclude additional terms that I find. I'll note in my log that I searched school-based for the programs, and maybe next time I'll try school and programs. I'll also add Rhode Island. But before we go, let's review what we covered in this video. We took a research question and identified key components, known as keywords. We combined those keywords using and or, known as Boolean operators, so that Google Scholar returns the results we want. And finally, we use the search results to further refine the search terms in our search log. For help with your search strategy, reach out to library experts. You can find our information at library.brown.edu. This is your library. Partner with us to discover the resources and expertise available to you. We look forward to working together.